What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Arnold Telagaarta here, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is gonna be a whole lot different. It is a story time video. Now, I've done story time video in the past talking about you know, certain situations in my life, whether it'll be a ghost story or something weird or whatever. But this story time video is a little bit more personal, and it's a very sensitive topic, and it's actually not something that I myself kind of believe in. And again, what I'm about to tell you today is not something that I fully believe in, but I just think it's a really cool conversation piece that, you know, we can discuss. Because it's a really interesting topic, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I don't even know where to start with this story time, but okay. Let's just rewind back to yesterday. Yesterday, Heart and myself were driving to LA, and it's a long drive. And every time we have a long drive, we like to listen to podcasts to keep us entertained. So we were listening to a bunch of podcasts talking about conspiracy theories, ghosts, and all that stuff. So you know, listening to all that put me in a really kind of like a dark mood. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it just kind of like got me thinking, you know? So listening to all those podcasts kind of reminded me of what my friend has been saying about me for, I don't know, like the past like year or so. So I have a friend who's intuitive, and he's sensitive with energies and like, you know, just dealing with like life after death and all that stuff. But that I believe that he really does have that gift. So that's not what, you know, what I'm skeptic about. But the one thing that he said to me, which was really interesting, was the fact that he said that I have it too. That, not gonna lie, when he said that, you know, like, in a way, like, it was kind of cool, but it didn't really, like, sit well with me, you know? So I started recalling all the stuff that happened to me in the past, and I don't know, there might be a chance that I have it too? I don't know. My friend would ask me questions like, you know, do you hear voices sometimes? And the answer to that is yes. If you guys watch some of my old videos, I think it's in my story time video or something like that, I talked about situations where where I used to live with my parents, and I would hear voices in my bedroom. And I know that sounds really insane, that sounds really scary, but it's something that happened. I'll just retell it again for those of you that haven't watched it. This was way back when I was first dating Heart. Me and Heart were taking a nap in the room. It was like 4 o'clock in the evening, sun's out, no one was at the house. Heart was sleeping and I was like wide awake, and in the middle of the room, I heard a little girl giggle. And I know that's really, really scary. I'm so sorry if I'm freaking you guys out right now. But the weird thing is, when I heard that voice, like, I felt like it wasn't like a bad energy. Like the giggle didn't like threaten me. I still felt safe when I heard it, as weird as that sounds. So that was one situation where I heard a voice. And there was another situation where I also heard a voice, and this was way back when I was like 14, 13 years old. That situation was more darker than the one that I just told you. Basically, when I was 14, that was the first time that I ever encountered sleep paralysis. So I would wake up and I felt like someone was holding me down, and I felt like I couldn't talk, and like, you know, but I would like stare around my room. I can see like everything. I can see my TV in the corner of the room. The sun was out, it was morning time, but I just couldn't move my body. And I also heard a voice. It was a man's voice whispering in my right ear. I'm not gonna tell you what he said because it was not cool. It wasn't cool. But he whispered something, and I felt him go through me, and I felt my body being really, really cold. And as he went through my body, that's when I can finally move. Like, I felt this big release where I was like, oh yeah, I've definitely heard voices before. And also, another reason why there's a chance where my friend might be right is the fact that throughout my relationship with Heart jokingly / seriously thinks that I can read her mind. I think she honestly believes that I have like magical powers to read what she's thinking. And I always play it off, and I never take her seriously. But there's like a few incidents where it's kind of like, that's really weird. That is really, really weird. You know what? I'm gonna have Heart here with me to tell you about the stories. So I have Heart here with me. So I told them that you jokingly / seriously think that I can read your mind.
No, I 100% believe that. So
one incident that, you know, that I want to tell you guys about, which is kind of weird, is there's this one time, right, where Heart was sick, and she was in bed, she was sleeping, and I guess she had a dream when she was sleeping that she was like thinking like, oh, you know, when I wake up, I'm gonna ask Arnold to buy me some soup. So some sinigang soup with what was it, Ben?
It was like super specific. I said I was gonna ask him to go to seafood and buy me sinigang and also that green ampalaya that I really like with taho from Red Ribbon.
All Filipino food for those of you guys that's not familiar with all that stuff. So yeah, she asked for very specific things, and as soon as she opened her eyes, like I was there, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was,
Lovey, do you want me to go to seafood and get you sinigang and that green thing that you like and also taho from Red Ribbon?
it was the exact, and
words.
Yeah, and I promise you, she wasn't like sleep talking. She didn't tell me. It was just something that I thought of in my head. Like it might be something that she wanted, and like she was so freaked out when that happened. She's like, "Did I tell you that?" I was like, "No, just thought you wanted that for, you know, like for lunch or whatever." So that's one incident. Another incident, like there's too many times where like, you know, where I'll be driving and Heart would be sitting shotgun. You know, Heart has this thing where she doesn't like it when I catch her sleeping. As like, you know, she would like think to herself like, oh, I hope Arnold doesn't see me fall asleep. Like, or like, oh, I hope Arnold doesn't look at me. But as soon as like she says that train of thought in her head, that's when I would like turn to you.
Yeah.
Like it never, like it happens like too many times where that would happen.
Yeah.
And obviously all those things can be coincidence, right? Like it can be coincidence, and you're right, it can be, but there's...
And we're always together, we're together all the time. So
yeah.
Sometimes it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
But the amount of times that it's actually happened is crazy.
Yeah. But there's this one incident where I can't even like debunk it, and I can't even explain. So this one time I was in my office, and Heart was like sitting like in a corner of the room, and she was scrolling through Instagram, right? And I was just like typing away, and you know, like everything was all normal, and all of a sudden I said cupcake, and I looked at her and I was like, I don't know why I just said cupcake. And then she had this look on her face like she couldn't believe it, and she showed me her phone, and it was a picture of a cupcake on an Instagram account that she was looking at.
I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw someone post a cupcake, and the moment I stopped to look at the Instagram photo, Arnold goes, cupcake.
But I wasn't like facing her or, you know, or the phone or anything like that. So that's one thing it's kind of weird. So do you think that I have something, Lovey? I told them that our friend who's intuitive think that I have what that person has.
And I've been seeing it all these years, and everyone thinks I'm crazy.
And my friend told me that, you know, that I have it, but at the same time, I'm not open to it. I haven't accepted it, I guess. And he's kind of like encouraging me to accept it. But I'm being honest with you. Exactly, Barry. Exactly. Like, I don't know if I want to accept it. Like, you know, like, I don't know what that's gonna lead into. As of right now, I'm cool. I'm cool.
You're not accepting it.
But you know, I just think that's a really interesting topic to talk about. So I'm really curious of what you guys think about this whole thing. Let me know down in the comment section below if you guys believe in that stuff, or if you guys think that it's all just like gibberish and all like nonsense.
Or if you have it.
Or if you have it, let me know. I would love to hear about it. Me and Heart always love, like, you know, listening to all that kind of stuff. So please tell me about it if you do have it. So yeah, that's it for this story time video. Was that even story time? I felt it was just cluttered and all over the place, but I hope, you know, I explained that situation well. I'm sorry this video is not a Christmassy video, but it was just something that, you know, that I was inspired to do after listening to all those podcasts yesterday, and I did not want to film it at night, so that's why I'm filming it in the morning. And I just thought it would be cool to hear what you guys have to say about it. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe. I upload videos every single Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and until then, I'll see you next time. And cut.